10 a.m. Well, in the Iron Bowl 30 years ago, the stakes were high, but no title was on the line. Mother Nature was threatening the teams and fans.
Right, a tornado warning was issued for Legion Field, and the fans and players were sitting ducks. It raises an important question. What should people do in a stadium packed with thousands of fans in the event of severe weather? Tonight, the Doppler 12 Storm Vision team recreates what happened 30 years ago as if it had happened today.
T.J. Yeldon.
Touchdown. It's the most exciting word in football.
Touchdown, Auburn! Touchdown, Auburn!
But what happens when a different kind of touchdown threatens a game? A tornado touchdown.
This is the weather circumstance, the forecast as it exists right now.
It almost happened 30 years ago in the biggest game in the state of Alabama, the Iron Bowl.
The rain is now coming down in torrents, sheets of it.
December 3rd, 1983, Alabama versus Auburn. The fourth quarter begins at Legion Field with one eye on the game and one eye on the weather.
I don't think it's possible to rain that hard. Look at it. Del Greco's kickoff with 2 minutes to play. Keith, what's happened? That's the old Charlie Brown trick. The ball rolled off the tee and he almost whiffed it.
Auburn kicker Al Del Greco stood at the 40-yard line that night with the upper deck swaying. A severe thunderstorm approaches Birmingham. Thousands of fans are in the storm's path.
I mean, it was obvious that there was something bad coming. You could kind of see it. You could obviously feel it.
Al was right. The storm was rotating. Late in the third quarter, the National Weather Service issues a tornado warning. Fans, players, and coaches were in danger.
Looking back today, I can't believe we didn't leave the field, to be honest with you.
A violent storm overhead, but the game played on.
Miserable right now. My goodness.
The game kept playing. The game kept playing. If they'd stopped the game, I'm sure we would have moved, but it didn't occur to me to leave the stadium. There's a game on, and it's the Alabama game.
Could be dangerous, but where are you supposed to go? Where is there a good place to go and find cover?
Good question. Tornadoes can happen anywhere, even football stadiums. The good news, tornado safety has changed since 1983. Just this season, the South Carolina-North Carolina game was delayed and the stadium was evacuated after a severe storm with lightning moved in during the second half.
This game is being suspended because lightning is in the area.
College and universities now have rules, and it starts with the suspension of play.
If we left the game playing, nobody's going to leave. They're not going to take it serious. They're going to sit there and keep watching the game as long as it's playing.
Auburn fans no doubt remember the most recent incident at Jordan-Hare Stadium when a severe storm moved in just before the 2009 kickoff against West Virginia.
Right now it feels a little bit more like Woodstock than it does a football game. It is a torrential downpour.
Fans at the so-called rain game were told to take cover because of lightning, and the game was delayed at least an hour. Auburn officials say that once a game is stopped, people are more inclined to act. There are concourses within Jordan-Hare Stadium to offer safety. With enough warning, there are additional options.
If we had a true tornado warning coming towards campus, we have the ability, every building on campus that has an electronic locking system, we can push a button and open every building if we needed to.
Like many universities, Auburn utilizes an emergency command center to monitor lightning and tornadoes in real time. Alabama State just built a new stadium, and they too have a severe weather plan.
You'd have folks coming from the west part of the stands. They'd be going into the tunnels that are actually underneath the stands. Folks from the eastern part of the stands are going to be going into the nearest buildings and basements that we have right here to the stadium.
It's not just tornadoes you have to worry about. Lightning is the biggest weather threat for outdoor events.
You can tell he's talking to the...
SEC rules say that play must be stopped if lightning is seen within 6 miles of the stadium. At Bryant-Denny Stadium, fans would be asked to move to a designated safe zone within the stadium or be given instructions on where to evacuate. At Veterans Memorial Stadium in Troy, when a tornado warning is issued, play stops, players leave the field, and the crowd is directed to safe locations. One of the safest spots in the stadium is the west side of the stadium under the stairs. Back in 1983, there was never a tornado at Legion Field, but that same storm produced a tornado that killed 2 people a couple of counties away only minutes after the game ended. Auburn beat Alabama 23-20, with Mother Nature playing a significant role.
1957.
Wondering what high schools do, the Alabama Department of Education requires that high schools have a severe weather plan. For example, if lightning is in the area, play is stopped for at least 30 minutes. Officials handle in-game weather action plans.
Rich, something we all need to keep in mind. Thanks for that. And for a closer look at exactly what happened during that 1983 Iron Bowl, we invite you to go right now to WSFA.com. You'll find commentary from the meteorologist who actually issued the infamous tornado warning.